Hello, all you goats out there. Today I got something a little different for you. In this video, I'll be showcasing 4 horror indie demos that I think have some potential when they fully release. I like giving what support I can to indie devs, and I like sharing games that you all might find interesting, or at least have it on your radar. Expect some jank here and there, expect some good voice acting and some not so good voice acting. And keep in mind that most of these titles probably have a pretty small budget behind them. So with that said, let's dive into the indie horror demo showcase. They Are Here is an alien abduction horror. If you're as much of a fan of X-Files as I am, then this one might pique your interest. The premise: the Sherman family have observed some very odd phenomenon over at Grayswood Farm. Taylor Fox, a journalist and our player character, heads out to the farm to take photos and make a report for the local newspaper. Throughout this demo, you'll find notes that tell you the family is out searching for their missing daughter, who they believe was abducted by aliens, and that they may have a history with this sort of encounter. You yourself will be witness to the peculiar phenomena such as the classic triangular light formation in the sky, and odd sounds emitting from the phone. At some point when you're in the daughter's room, you'll experience firsthand what it's like to make contact with the otherworldly beings in this game. The creep factor of the weird, unnerving sounds and the glimpses of the Greys themselves is definitely sufficient. And of course the oh shit moment when you see a spaceship rise from the horizon into the sky and reveal that, no, you aren't getting out of this unscathed. It's a pretty short demo, but it also includes a prologue that features someone who's investigating a potentially crashed alien vessel, only for things to go sideways. I chose this title because there's a lack of serious alien abduction games, and I'm genuinely curious to see where this one goes. The world has entered the latter age of the Dharma. Society is crumbling, war has spread throughout the country, disease and famine have killed thousands, and demons walk the very earth itself. You are an Ashigaru, a foot soldier in the service of Lord Takeda Nobumitsu. Deceived by a powerful demon, your lord led his army into an ambush. All perished except for you. Against your wishes, your lord sacrificed his life to aid your escape from the battle. You made a vow to track down the demon who betrayed your lord, and in its life. Following rumors of an entrance to the demon stronghold, you find yourself standing on a lonely road deep in some long-forgotten forest. You take what could possibly be your final breaths in this mortal plane, and prepare yourself to enter Labyrinth of the Demon King. Labyrinth of the Demon King is for you folks who enjoy the Fatal Frame / Kingsfield vibes with a touch of Silent Hill. This game is not forgiving. You start off with a broken katana, your standard soldier's armor, and nothing else. Editing goat here to add that you also get 2 bottles of sake, 10 money, and a wooden coin. Okay, that's it. Bye. But you will get the chance to find a torch, which is essential for navigation. And eventually, you'll find a rusty katana to use until you can repair your original one. Labyrinth of the Demon King is full of Japanese legends and folktales, from the Nekotama that runs the tea house, to the kappa she locked in the pantry to use as her ramen ingredient. Did I mention they were married? And those are the friendliest entities you'll meet in this demo. The rest will try their best to murder you. The main enemies you'll see in this demo are these guys. They may not seem like much, but if you don't learn to time your parries, kicks, and attacks, they can just as easily end you as anything else you'll come across. Luckily, you aren't the only thing they attack. Using the retreat tactic, I managed to get them to fight amongst themselves so I didn't have to deal with multiple attackers. With that said, these little shits were the worst. Poison is no joke and it will eat away at your health. And you better hope you have an antidote or else you'll be chugging your entire inventory of sake to heal. With all that said, I really enjoyed this game. The combat is simple, yet requires you to stay on your toes. Don't get greedy, don't box yourself in, and don't be distracted. The graphics are my jam. You all know I love me some creepy PS1 graphics, and this is just delicious. It's grainy, grungy, and dark in all the best ways, and I genuinely felt creeped out exploring this small part of the labyrinthian castle. The music also pairs well, sometimes dramatic, sometimes more low-key, but always tension-filled. It makes you feel like there's always something lurking just around the next corner. I'm very interested to see what the full game is like, and just how many more horrors await in the final release. Next up is No Vacancy. This title, from what I gleaned from the demo, is more in the puzzle realm. I like me a good puzzle horror from time to time, so I'm hoping this has more of that in the full game. The demo doesn't give much story, so gameplay is going to be the focus for this one. You're a nameless person in a hotel located somewhere along a desert highway. Your first goal is to get out of your room. This provides a taste of how these puzzles work. Just quickly going through how to get out of here. You grab a battery from the lamp, pop that into the TV remote, flip through the channels to get the safe code, grab the key from the safe, unlock the drawer with the key, grab the key card, and exit the room. Anyway, after exiting your room, you'll have access to the lobby and the pantry room. I can see many potential items to be clues or hints for future puzzles, if they go that route. Now, this isn't just puzzles, there's horror too. According to a phone call we get from the receptionist's phone, she needs help escaping, and someone or something is on the loose inside this hotel. When you check out the party room, you'll run into a man who danced himself into a coma. And when it's party time again, you'll find his body missing. Oh, there he is. This one I picked because I think it has genuine potential to be an interesting puzzle horror, and I like the location. I'm interested to see what else this title has in store on both the puzzle and horror fronts. We Harvest Shadows. I'm gonna be honest, this one is the one I'm most looking forward to and offered the most story and gameplay of all the demos I tried. We Harvest Shadows is billed as a first-person farming horror allegory, but that doesn't truly explain what this game has to offer. From my experience with this demo, the music is beautiful and haunting.
Sounds crazy.
The visuals look pretty good even on the lower end of graphical capability. But that's just the icing on the cake, the bow on the present. What really shines here are three things: the gameplay, the atmosphere, and the story. You're going to be doing some farming on this old homestead, and it looks like you'll be able to restore it to a more presentable and livable condition. Those parts are locked off for the demo, but we do have access to a few things. In this demo, you'll have access to the chicken coop and chickens, tomato seeds, a few tools to garden and clean up with, and some extras to aid in said gardening. In the full game, it looks like we'll be able to have access to more tools and even some vehicles. As you can see, you're also able to buy upgrades for your character's strength, stamina, etc., which will help you optimize what little daylight you have. This demo plays out in days. You'll receive a to-do list on the first day, which is essential to achieving that day's goals and extra tasks if you choose to do so. Checking the list, you'll see 3 things you need to get done that day: picking up the trash in the bedroom, buying a watering can, and watering 6 tomato plants. That's right, our PC isn't like the rest of us who are fine living knee-deep in soda cans and chip bags. Anything you throw in this trailer will net you some dough.
I did not expect that to happen.
Dough you're gonna need to make purchases in the catalog shop. There's a helpful hint in the beginning that lets us know that logs and stones can net us some money, but the real money makers are the tomatoes and eggs. That's the safe side of gameplay. The unsafe, well, that's where the horror comes in. In your home, there is a portrait. It will change in appearance from time to time to denote where your sanity is at. Sometimes there are subtle changes, and other times... This is where the farming aspect comes in. The game says if you grow a nice garden, clean up your home and yard, and work on restoring the house, it'll help protect you from something. On the 5th day, you'll be able to purchase the rifle, which will move things along to the end of the demo.
Some good news.
After some classic tin can target practice, we're told to just make it to the end of the day. When that time comes, a voice will tell you, "Follow me," and you'll be prompted to head towards the shed. When you get there, you'll find this note. Look, back away, but don't look too long. If things didn't feel tense and ominous before,
I need to get back inside.
they do now. As you run back home, you can hear footsteps running behind you. If you don't turn and look, you'll be attacked. And when you do look, ugh. Gunshots do nothing to them. Just heed the note's warning. Look at them and back away, but don't look for too long, and do your best to make it back inside quickly. Then, when you head upstairs,
Claire, I'm so sorry.
this is where we're going to tie into the story elements. So let's rewind all the way back to the beginning. The story starts off with an explanation as to why our player character is living at the dilapidated farmhouse. Something happened, something that affected him so much he just wanted to shut everyone out and achieve some kind of peace. He wanted to forget it all, and to be forgotten. This right here speaks to me. How many times I've had that exact thought, to just leave everything behind and live in peace and solitude. But let's move along. He at least let his father know where he was living now, and is expecting a visit from him. And through a memory, we know he was close to a woman named Claire, and he remembers her fondly. It makes me wonder how this all ties in together. Claire, his mother and father, the big thing that went down. I'm really curious to see the story play out in the full game. Especially when it comes to all the creepy mind trickery. Throughout this demo, you'll see figures off in the distance, hear weird sounds so close to you, and even have monstrous figures approach you, which all lead up to that terrifying conclusion.
And that's going to be it for this demo showcase. Hopefully, at least one of these games tickled your fancy. And if not, well, thanks for watching anyway. You are all the goats. Up next, I'll be working on In Sound Mind and hopefully have that out by this month too. But I can't promise anything. Anyway, I'll see you again on The Midnight Goat. In this video, I'll be showcasing 4 horror indie mods. Hopefully, at least one of the... I'm going to be showing 4 different